With the new Lego Batman coming out this month, I thought I did the top 5 Lego game. My opinion, of course. Now, I haven't played every single one.
He's a fucking poser!
But I've platinumed a bunch of them. Honorable mentions. Lego City Undercover, the closest thing to Lego GTA. DC Supervillains. The game revolves around DC Supervillains. Lego Marvel 2. The reason why it's not on the list. No X-Men, no Fantastic Four. And then there's Lego Dimensions, which I've never played, but I've always wanted to.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Wicked! Yo, tell me this doesn't sound like when you're building some shit in Lego Star Wars, bro.
Lego Star Wars, the complete saga. Not the Skywalker saga. No, 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 no. Yeah, it has better graphics. The level design, no. It's just the graphics, the amount of characters, and how the planets look for that game. Other than that, ooh. And the platinum for that game was agonizing. Asking God if he could play it again. It was definitely easier to do platinums as a kid because when I got a Lego game, that was like the one game I had to play for a while. Now I just don't have as much patience, I guess, because I could just switch to another game. I'm sad to admit, I've never played this one.
Me bamba!
I know, it's like the godfather of Lego games.
I did not care for The Godfather.
Thing is, I've always wanted to play it as a kid. And then whenever I'd go to GameStop, when I used to go to GameStop. Do you guys remember how good GameStop was back in the day? Oh my god. Now they barely have shit whenever I go in. Even if it was pre-owned. $40 for this game that came out years and years ago. For an old pre-owned PS3 game, $40 was a lot, bruh. But I've seen enough of it that I recognize how good it is. I mean, it's Lego Star Wars. It started all these games. And technically, this isn't the first one. This one is just Lego Star Wars 1 and 2 combined. I did play a bit of Lego Star Wars 2, but I didn't have a memory card, so I never 100%ed it. Also, the complete saga, unlike the Skywalker saga, doesn't have the sequel trilogy, which is the worst trilogy. So,
You son of a bitch!
Lego Harry Potter Collection. If I need to be specific, years 1 through 4. Lego games deal with different IPs. So whichever IP you like the most, that's the Lego game you're gonna like. And for me, one of them is Harry Potter. The Harry Potter Collection and Indiana Jones 2 will hold a special place in my heart because I played these with my sister.
Aww. Family.
I showed her all the movies and then we played both of these games together for the first time. This Lego game is probably one of the most simplest because most of the characters do the same thing, just different spells. I think this is a must-play Harry Potter game. You could use all the different kinds of characters, the different spells, go around Hogwarts and solving puzzles, go through all the levels from like the movies. It's pretty nice. Then again, the only Harry Potter game I've played is Hogwarts Legacy. And it's got that classic mumble humor because it's one of the older ones. And just like in Star Wars, there's no Fantastic Beasts movies in this one.
Bruce, it's been 5 years. You still owe me $16. Fuck off.
Lego Batman 2. Now this one's high up on the list because it's the innovator. It introduced more DC characters.
Yeah, I sure hope it does.
But more importantly, it was the first open world Lego game. And it was the first to introduce voices.
Fans of billionaire industrialists are in for a treat tonight as frontrunners Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor face off at the annual Man of the Year award ceremony. Yes, it's Gotham's very own playboy philanthropist versus some bald guy from Metropolis.
Walking around at the zoo, stealing different animals and going around Gotham. And then climbing Wayne Tower with the gorilla. The botanical gardens. The carnival. Oh, I really liked the carnival. And there was a scarecrow fight at the carnival too. Flying around as Superman. You take off and then you hear the fucking Superman theme. Even though it was a little jank in this one, it was still cool to fly around. And there's the Flash as well. He's not that fast though. I wish he was faster. The story of this game is good though, because the whole story is just Batman and Superman. And then at the very end, you see the Justice League. And it's hilarious that once you collect all the gold bricks, you unlock a fight with Supergirl. But then she does the exact same thing as Superman, who you just unlock by playing the story. TT Games on their fucking troll shit, bro. I'd probably agree that it's better than Lego Batman 1, but I think maybe I hold like a little bit more nostalgia for the first one, even though this one is probably objectively better, which I wouldn't be mad at if you said it was. I'd probably agree. This one is definitely better than Lego Batman 3 for sure. Yeah, the lantern worlds look nice, but to actually explore them, nah. That shit should have been called like a Lego DC or something. But marketing. The music begins as we're going up a building. Title card, Lego Batman the video game. The camera moving up the building along with the Danny Elfman score building up. And then we see the GOAT! Alright, so this one seemed pretty obvious, right? From what I was saying. Hey! Shut off the music! You don't know what you're doing! Shut it up! As I was saying, just like with Lego Star Wars 2, I couldn't 100% this game on PS2. Had no memory card until years later. I finally was able to 100% it, because I finally found out that it was on PS3. I was just walking in GameStop one day, and I was, wait, Lego Batman 1 is on PS3? What the fuck? So then I got it. The downside was it came in this shitty ass case. What is this? A thing I really do appreciate about this game is its simplicity. And that's true with all the old Lego games. You're in the hub world, and then you go to whatever you need to go to. You click the mission, and then you just go straight to the mission. That's it. And depending on the game, if there's too many collectibles, Lego stuff, it could really bog down the game if not done well. Which I do worry about with the new Lego Batman, because they said that the map is bigger than Arkham Knight's, so I'm not gonna 100% that game in one sitting. No. And the simple loading screens for each level being a villain for that level and then a short little backstory from them. Iconic. And the whole game uses Batman 89's Danny Elfman score too. I mean, it goes crazy. Alright, one last thing. They kinda hoed my boy Scarecrow in this game. Not gonna lie. I mean, when you play as him in the villain levels, which are levels but in the villain's perspective, when you play as Scarecrow, this man doesn't really do that much. Or the Joker laughing gas, gets spewed into the museum, right? But then you go as Scarecrow and then you can't walk through it. It's like, what the fuck?
So let's switch to this bloke, because he's completely fine with gas, right? Well, you would think so, but apparently not. What about the Joker? What? This guy's whole thing is gas.
Anyway, and his level, it's a plane level. Oh my god, it's a vehicle mission. Oh, behold my boy's level. At least he looks really cool though. Now, what could be number one? I mean, I've hinted to it already in the beginning. Try to guess down below.
There comes a time when the amazing, the mighty, and the uncanny must come together as one.
Lego Marvel Superheroes 1. It's Marvel, baby! The most obvious reason why it's up here is because this one actually has X-Men and Fantastic Four. When you don't have them, you miss out on great characters and great story potential. And it's got my boy Spider-Man! They improved on his gameplay in the later ones, but this is the first one. You can't knock it too much. Another reason why is because Lego Marvel 1 has the best open world. New York. I mean, you're walking around and all you hear is this. This game is just like an improved Lego Batman 2 when you think about it. Open world, but better. The flying in this one is better. You got the X Mansion in the back, which in Lego Avengers, it's gone. That shit got bulldozed over and they just put a block. You spawn on the helicarrier, you hear the helicarrier music, and then you could jump off the helicarrier and skydive down with the music blaring in the background. Ooh! And the story for this one is solid. I haven't played it in years, but it's essentially Galactus coming to Earth, and the heroes and villains are like going up against each other and stuff. And then at the end, they're like, we gotta lock in. So then you team up with the villains at the end, on top of the helicarrier fighting Galactus. And then there's the Deadpool side missions, which are cool. I remember looking on the back of the box, seeing Ghost Rider. Also, the thing that propels it to the top is that this game had very fun glitches. There's ones you could fall through the map, you could fly around under the map, you could go to the other side, away from Manhattan, to like the boroughs where like Queens and stuff would be. I don't know if it's actually Queens. I'm not a fucking New Yorker. Get out of here. Give me a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Fuck your life! Bing bong!
And then another one is that you could turn yourself into a vehicle. I would just spend hours just messing around in New York like it's a sandbox. Almost like in GTA, you know? Just go around, drive around, fucking up shit, blowing up other vehicles on the road. I haven't mentioned this for the other ones, but in this game is where I use the custom character the most. So, the IP, the open world, the levels, the glitches. That's why it's number 1. So what you think? Let me know. What's your top 5? Was it kind of bullshit that I put Complete Saga on number 5 even though I've never played it? Let me know. Probably was, honestly. And are you excited for Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight? I'm a little worried because the last game was the Skywalker Saga, but that one was made during COVID. So you can't drag on them too much, you know, there's a pandemic, you know.
Health officials in 5 states across the United States are now keeping a very close eye on passengers who have now returned from that cruise that turned deadly from the hantavirus.